right now on Live with Lopes. Hey, I bet you thought we were done, right? I bet you thought we were at the end of the night. If you're Pacific time, you're looking and it's 5 o'clock. Oh, they're getting ready to shut down. If you're home, it's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. You're getting ready. Oh, Frank must be done. Done. We ain't even close to done. Let me give you a little view of who's here with me. That's Shaka Dyson. That's Shaka Dyson on Live with Lopes. Let's go. All right, welcome to Dealer Built Presents Live with Lopes at NADA 2019. Day 2, okay, Saturday, day 2, what they call the prime day. Like today, Saturday is the prime day, and we have been bringing you the prime influencers and the prime minds in automotive all day long yesterday, all day long today, and we ain't done. Man, we ain't done. And some are going to say that I saved the best for last.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Would you say I saved the best for last?
Of course.
Of course
Definitely.
Of course you would. But look, before I bring you the best, I'm going to have to ask you, okay? Look, I need you to share the stream. This is going to be one of them. I know I said this all day because it's true, because I've been bringing the heat all day long. This is one that you are going to want to share out. You're going to want to make sure that all your friends, you're going to want to make sure your family, you're going to want to make sure your mama, your papa, you're going to make sure everybody sees this one, because I know Shaka Dyson is going to bring it today. Oh, while we were doing the last show with the amazing Jonathan Dawson, Shaka was pacing around here. He was pacing back and forth, got coffee, got more coffee, got tea, back to coffee again. And I know he's getting himself ramped up. So you can even hear him in the background. He's ready to go, right? So you're going to want to share this out, number one. Number two, your comments. We need your comments. Type your comments in as if Shaka says something, if I say something that spurs a question, but our conversation goes in a different direction, put it in the comments. I know Shaka monitors social. I know he loves responding to people that follow him. And I know that if you put a comment in there, if you put a question in there, I can guarantee you Shaka will answer without a doubt. So please don't resist. Don't hold back. Put him in there, okay? And then number 3, man, I need you to hit that like button, that blue like button. I'm not talking about hit it like, okay, done, check the box, and, I'm going to sit back. No. I need you to put your finger like this, and I need you to just go like that. And I need you to just pound that like button, hit the hell out of it, and make sure that your eyes are focused on it, and you know where, number 1, make sure it works, and number 2, make sure your eyes are focused on it, and you know where it is, because the heat's going to come, okay? And this, you're going to have to treat this like it's church, okay? But instead of you screaming out and saying, oh, yeah, amen. Your amens are going to be you hitting that blue like button. You don't like the blue like button? No problem. Hit that heart button. Is that a heart, Shaka?
That is hard.
That's a heart. Hit that heart button. Pound the hell out of that one too. Or you can do my favorite one. I already see people hitting it already. You know what my favorite one is, right? The wow face. You know that Shaka's going to be bringing those wows. He's going to be bringing that heat, and you're going to be like, whoa. Bang on that wow face, okay? Show everybody the way it is. And, we're going to have a little bit of competition at the end of the show because Jonathan brought up some pretty serious amount.
He's amazing.
Of likes, a serious amount of hearts. His hearts were crazy, right?
Yeah.
And a serious amount of wow faces.
Yeah.
And I know you're not going to let Jonathan show you up.
Hey, man, he's amazing, man. I love Jonathan, man. But, all I'm going to do is come on here and do Shaka. That's what I'm going to do, man.
And that's what everybody wants. Everybody needs more Shaka.
Yeah, so I'm going to come on here and do Shaka. And the great thing about what I'm known for is I'm known for going hard. But the wonderful thing, Frank, is you're known for going hard, too. So I finally caught up with you,
You did
man.
finally
I
catch
finally
up
caught up with you. I finally get more Frank. And I said, man, I've got to come down here. I've got to show Frank some love. I've been following you for a long time.
As I have you, my
friend. We've been following each other, man. And I said, man, Frank goes hard. Your entrances are hard. People know who you are, and I'm known for going hard as well, man. So I'm excited to be here, man.
Oh, it's a blessing to me.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to my audience, you know, and it's
Awesome,
an
man.
absolute pleasure. And I'm glad this worked out, because
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know if you were going to be here or not.
Yeah.
And, you know, things happen and the schedule gets
You
filled.
can tell my voice is kind of hoarse.
Yeah.
It's kind of hoarse, man. I've been ripping and running all day, talking to people, shaking hands and whatnot, man. But I'm here.
So I'm glad that you're here. It's a blessing that you are. And let's get right into it,
Let's do
okay?
it.
Because I can't think of anybody better to ask this question than you.
Okay.
Because the answer to this question, it needs to be pure,
Mm.
and it needs to be real,
Let's
and it
do it.
needs to be authentic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it needs to be stamped
Okay.
prime.
Okay.
Forget about that grade A shit.
Okay.
It needs to be prime.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your track record is indisputable.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
You were an F&I manager.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turned, I remember watching it, you turned
Yeah.
into F&I director.
Yep.
In Napleton, Order. It was 13 stores. I don't remember the quantity.
34.
34.
Yeah.
I'm a little off.
34.
So F&I director
Yep.
of 34 stores.
Yep.
And in the 34 stores that you were F&I director of, all your F&I managers,
Mhm.
for the most part, all your F&I managers were high performers.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep.
So here's the question.
Mhm.
What does it take? I don't want to hear the canned answer. I want to hear
love
the
it.
Shaka answer.
Yep.
What does it take to truly be a high performer in F&I?
Yeah. So let me make a small correction there. So my title was corporate F&I trainer.
Okay, corporate
So
F&I
we had
trainer.
a director who did the administrative work back in the corporate office. I stayed in the field 24/7, teach, training, developing, and growing all 65 of my finance managers
In the stores, you were
across all the states inside of the stores.
you didn't sit behind no mahogany desk.
No.
You know, you didn't do none of that remote working type of
No,
thing.
no.
You were boots on the ground in the
Correct.
store, right in there with the guys, in the
Correct.
box with the guys.
Correct. So there was a small amounts of times that I would go to that mahogany desk
Yeah.
and I would sit there. But man, most of the times, because my job was to drive performance for the group, it was to drive performance. So the question is, what does it take to be a phenomenal and high performing F&I manager? And I would tell you this: first of all, it's the will. It's the will to do whatever it takes to become that high performing F&I manager. It's constantly sharpening your axe. People know that what I teach is you constantly sharpen your axe, constantly trying to take your skill set to the next level. I always tell people this, man, that the F&I department is the revenue department of the dealership, and what every dealer's focus for F&I should be, they should be focused on creating an F&I team inside of their dealership that's independent of the sales desk, independent of the showroom floor. What
Okay, what do you mean independent?
Yeah,
because
what
now
I-
you just a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, wait, separate the two."
Yep. So kinda. Let me tell you why. So if a dealership had a finance department that they knew were high performers, that they knew could generate revenue on any deal that they got, no matter what kind of deal it was, and they didn't have to worry about leaving room in a payment or selling product up front for them, or even packing, whatever the case. If they knew that they could take any deal, cash, lease, finance, short deal, even loser deals, because they were confident that they had a finance department that could generate massive revenue on those deals, then guess what? Now the front end can now focus on eating up market share.
Right.
Now they can focus on beating the competition, right? So what I focus on is going out into the marketplace and creating that kind of strength in the finance departments for my dealers, actually turning the dealers into F&I dealerships, man. So that's what I focus on. The strongest F&I managers are the ones that know that they have to constantly train, constantly be focused on sharpening their axe, constantly looking to get better, man.
And not just get better when we're talking about revenue either. Not just talking about revenue generating or sales generating. I know you personally, we're talking about getting better everything overall.
Constructing the entire F&I department. What that means is, in getting better is skill set, the ability to approach F&I correctly, the ability to do a different type of presentation, a massive value building presentation, the ability to take a $4,000 service contract and make it look like it's worth $40,000, and then the ability to take all of the customers' objections and resistances and overcome every single last one of them, close that customer, give the customer a phenomenal experience, and make them happy that they spent money with you. See, that's how you become a beast in F&I. But what happens is this: finance managers nowadays and dealerships nowadays, they'll hire a finance manager and they'll send them to some finance company or
finance company school
or school or whoever. They'll send them there for 5 days, and then they'll send them back to the dealership and they'll say, hey, I want you to perform at this level.
They expect that just because you go to JM&A training or whatever, and not picking on JM&A,
Yeah.
it could be any company, doesn't matter. It's just the one that comes to mind right away. You go away for 5 days. You go to Oakland, go to Orange County, and you go for your 5 days of training, and then you come back and you're supposed to be at $1,300 to $1,500 a car overnight. Poof, oh, here we go.
And you know what? And the reason being is because you don't know what you don't know. And I tell dealers and GMs this all the time. By the time you're a dealer and a GM, you're so many levels above what F&I does that you only know what you know. Right? So you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that when your finance manager comes back from any one of those training classes, that when they come back, that they're not a turnkey finance manager. They're not going to be able to walk into a F&I department and generate those massive numbers on their own. Why? Because they don't teach that kind of skill set there. Right. What they teach you is the same old, same old. I mean, in reality, Frank, between you and me and your audience, that old finance training that they used to going to, you could actually find that on YouTube and save the money from traveling.
Yeah, you don't have to travel out to wherever it's going to be, and you can watch them videos on.
Because it's the same old same. Listen to me, man. They teach menu training. They teach menu training inside of these finance classes, right?
Right. Yeah.
Dude, menu training was 10 years old when I got into finance, and that was 2001. It's the same old same. These customers who get the menu presentations, dude, they had the menu presentations the last 5 times they bought a car.
Mm-hmm.
They know what's
coming
to happen as soon as they whip out them. It does not work anymore. It's 2019. When will dealers start elevating? When will they start innovating? When will they start being transparent and fully disclosing and out experiencing the next dealership?
So what you're talking about, that's the old training, right? So what type of things, because I know there's people watching right now, and people are going to watch on the replay, and they're going to say to themselves, okay, yeah, you know what? That man's right. That was the stuff that I learned 20 years ago when I was an F&I manager, and I didn't know shit then, and that's what they taught me. And now I'm GM, I'm a corporate director. I got 7 stores under me or whatever. Okay, man, that guy's right. What is it that I should be looking for now to be teaching my F&I managers?
So I'm about to drop a nugget on you right now, Frank. Okay, so the common conversation in grading how well your F&I department is doing is to talk about a PVR. Right?
Yeah, always. That's the measurement.
Hey, my guys run 1,500 a copy. They run 1,800, whatever. Here's what I start telling dealerships now. Stop measuring your PVR and start measuring your cash PVR.
Okay, explain the difference between cash PVR and your regular PVR per vehicle retail. The amount of, and it depends on who's doing the measuring. It's either the amount of sales revenue or the amount of profit that is based on average F&I per car sales.
Correct. So it's the back end money that you're making on each deal that comes through the finance office. Okay.
Now, what's this cash PVR that you're talking about?
So here's the difference. So you can construct a PVR any way that you want to. Some dealerships don't count all the cars. Some do. Some dealerships do more new cars than used cars. Some dealerships do more used cars than new. Some dealerships do more prime deals than subprime. Some dealerships focus on subprime. So you can construct a PVR any way that you want to, but let me tell you something. Cash spends the same everywhere. You can't pack a payment on cash. You can't leave leg on cash.
Right. No,
cash is cash.
Cash is cash. It's the end of the story.
Cash buyers only buy what they see value in. Come on. So cash buyers only buy what they see value in. So if you're measuring your cash PVR, then you're able to measure your finance department's skill set. So that's what you need to focus on as a dealer or as a GSM, as you just asked. How do I measure the strength of my finance department? Measure their cash PVR.
What in your opinion, what's the magic number for that cash PVR? Where should somebody be looking?
575, 600.
575 to 600. Now let me hit you with another one.
Sure.
Because a lot of F&I, a lot of general managers and dealers, when they're quoting that PVR number, they got a little leg even in the number, meaning that they count the pack as the number, and some don't count a pack. Some have a pack, some don't even have a pack. Right?
Sure.
Should that PVR number, should you be, when you're looking at it in reality, should that include the pack or not include the pack?
It should include the pack, because when you're measuring a PVR, not all packs are the same, but they're all not going to be too far off. I mean, if you get finance departments and finance
so far you can go.
Yeah, and here's the deal. When you get finance managers, when they're worried and concerned about packs, that's something that's outside of their control. I mean, a dealer's going to run their dealership the way that they want to. So I always teach a finance manager, only focus on what you can control. The dealer's going to get their money, but be glad you're employed there. Be glad you have the opportunity to make six figures in a management position, and you're not pounding the pavement out there in the wintertime going to take ups. Be glad of that.
Right.
So if the dealer wants to pack that payment, if the dealer wants to put pack on a product for you to sell, okay, well then do it. Deal with it and figure out how to be next level. Figure out how to be Superman back there in that F&I department instead of complaining about it.
Absolutely. So cash PVR.
Yes.
Once again, cash is king.
Cash is the measurement of
no
your
matter
skill
what.
set. The cash PVR is the measurement of your skill set, man.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to hit you with another one.
Come on.
Okay. We can talk about the cash PVR.
Look at your audience out there.
We can talk about the dedication.
Yeah.
We can talk about all that. All right. But this is something that I've been pressing all my friends in the training community. I've been pressing them on because some do it, some don't. The ones that do don't go deep. And I think there's a certain responsibility. Do you believe that there's a responsibility in the people in the influence of where you are, Jonathan, right? A lot of other great people. Is there a responsibility on you not only to train in the workplace, but also to train outside of it, meaning that trying to tell these people and help these people with how to progress in their own life, how to really be happy on the inside, how to be able to be good fathers, how to be good husbands or wives, how to be a good spouse. Right? Is that on you because of your influence?
Well, man, so
loaded question because you already do it.
Here's the deal, because I love you because you're authentic, right? So let me give you an authentic answer, man. I think that us as influencers have the responsibility to be ethical, have integrity, have the right character, because I think it's the responsibility of those who follow us to follow people like that. Right? I don't want to follow people who have bad habits, cheat on their spouses, bad character. I don't even want to be around those type of people. And I don't want to hire those type of people into my F&I departments that I have influence over. So I don't know on paper, but I think it's understood. Does that make sense?
Yes,
like
absolutely.
It's understood that Shaka Dyson, I have the responsibility of being a great husband, a great father, being great morally, having integrity and great character, and having unquestionable character and an unquestionable track record. That's just my responsibility inside of me. But I can't speak for other people, but I can tell you this. If I know of people that have I only follow people with great character. Just bottom line. Right. So I try to be that same person.
And in doing that, I feel there's a tremendous amount of responsibility that comes with influence.
Sure.
Using influence for the right reason.
Sure.
Using influence for everyone's gain.
Sure.
And if you have personal gain from it, that's a byproduct of doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
But the right thing always comes first, without a doubt.
Quite no question.
For so many years, you were a high performer on your own. Before we got into corporate F&I trainer, you were a high performer on your own. what type of things did you struggle with
Mm-hmm.
on your way up the ladder,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things did you struggle with? And like, give me like the top two things and how you overcame them. And do you still struggle with those things today?
Yeah. So, uh, man, the things that I struggle with, the people who know me the longest and who know me since I started my career would tell you, man, I was a very temperamental person
Okay.
on the floor, man. It's
You mean temperamental,
like a
on,
short fuse,
on 11 all the time and ready to pop?
like a short fuse. Excuse me. Like a short fuse, man. You know, I became a manager when I was 23 years old. I had to learn how to be a
Mhm.
manager.
Mm.
You know, my struggles were um, the ability to build people. My struggles were I had to leave the streets in the streets, right? If that makes sense. I
Yes.
had to become a professional. I had to understand that when I took on a management position, I was now in the leader role. And as a leader, it's not you being the boss. See, when I became a manager at 23, if I ever saw Shaka at 23 at this point in time, I'd punch him in his face. Because Shaka at 23 had the worst case of manageritis and I'm the boss type deal. And I turned people who worked for me off because I would be turned off too. And what I growing as a manager in this car business, what I learned is that you're only a leader because people decide to follow you, because they choose to follow you. And you as a leader, your job is to teach, train, develop, and grow your staff, grow your people. You're only as successful as your people. That's it.
Yeah.
You being
Absolutely.
a manager doesn't make you the boss. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. When you become a manager, you work for your people.
That's right.
So that was the biggest struggle for me. In becoming great, I always focused on sharpening my axe and sharpening my skill set. Why? Because I come from poverty. I come from not having. So when I saw the opportunity to get a little bit, when I saw that little glimpse, and all I had to do was become great to get through that door and to be in that environment, I did everything that it took to get through that door and into that environment of greatness. That's why you constantly see me pushing.
Yeah.
Because I never want to go backwards. I never want to go from where I came from. I always want to progress. I always want to push forward.
Does where you came from motivate you to constantly go?
Without question. When people get relaxed, what I think to myself is, man, they haven't been through hell and back, man.
Most people have.
I mean, they don't know. I mean, they like to think that they have, but let me tell you something, man. Living in poverty is real. I mean, it's real, man. Being poor is real. Listen to me. I'm a high school dropout. I was a teenage father.
Mm.
Man, there's so many struggles that I've gone through that when I got the opportunity to get into this car business, and more so when I was 23 and somebody believed enough in me to give me an opportunity in
Yes.
finance, I
Yes.
owed it to my life. And I owed it to my daughter, who I had at 18, to be phenomenal and be the best that I can to provide her with a life that I didn't have.
Yes. Mm.
That's how I approach it. So when people see me on fire, or when they see Shaka Dyson going hard and always motivated, that's why. It's not fabricated, man. That's why.
You know,
because I came from the gutter.
You know the pain
for
of
sure.
It. You know the embarrassment,
for
the
sure.
frustration.
For sure.
The last thing you want is to see anybody else spend a second longer in that spot than they have to.
Man, look, my job now is to create greatness for my family. My job now is to create greatness in F&I for any F&I manager that wants it. My job is to create opportunity for salespeople. Do you know that there's nobody in this industry? I guarantee you, there's nobody in this industry who has promoted more salespeople to F&I than me. I guarantee it. I'd match that track record up against anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I focus on that is twofold. Number one, salespeople don't have the bad habits of old. Right. But number two, and even bigger, is when I was trying to get into F&I, no one would give me the shot. No one would give me the opportunity, man. I was just some street kid who had been selling cars for 2 years. That's it. And it was one person that gave me the shot. And that's all I needed. So now when somebody raises their hand and they want the shot, man, I'm all about it.
You're all about it.
I'm all about it, man.
Loaded question.
Sure.
Completely loaded.
Sure.
Okay. The open door policy in the automotive industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we've heard the jokes before, right? If you got a pulse,
okay.
If you can breathe, if you can put two words, forget about putting a sentence together. If you can put two words together, right, you got an in. Blessing or curse?
Curse. I mean, I listen, man. You don't hire anybody for any job.
But wait a minute, we just talked about opportunity. Yep. We just talked about getting that shot and everything, right? So now I'm going to press you a little bit, right? So is a part of getting that shot. Don't you need that open door to be able to get the shot in?
So here's the deal, man. You don't hire everybody for anything. Meaning, you hire people. You have to have certain characteristics or principles and guidelines that allow you to hire people. Meaning this, man. I hire people in F&I. I don't hire people with a resume that says I've been in the business for 10 years, 15 years. I run this number. I've been in F&I. No, I hire people based on character. That's how I hire, based on their integrity level, based on their character. Are they honest? Do they have strong work ethic? Do they have vision? Do they have long-term goals? What motivates them every day? What are they going after? What is it that they're chasing? Why do they want this? Right? So if I have somebody who's hungry like that, who has the right character, I'll hire them because I can teach them the skill set. So as a manager, our obligation is this. Our obligation is to hire the right people. And the way that you hire right people is through filtering, right? They don't necessarily have to have car selling experience, but they have to be the right person. Do you and the dealership share the same vision? Are they teachable? Are they trainable? Coachable? Are they hungry? Do they have strong work ethic? What are their long-term goals? What are they about? See, you hire that person. You don't hire a person just because they want a job. You with me? So you hire a team. You hire a team like that, and then that dealership becomes a beast, right? And then here's what that allows me to do. That allows me to take staff or salesperson from that sales floor and put them in my F&I department and take it to the next level.
Yes. Can any salesperson become a successful F&I manager?
I believe so, if they want it bad enough. I believe so. Why? Because I was that salesperson, man. I wasn't the top person on my floor, man. I sold 15 to 17 cars a month. There were people selling 25 year. People talking about I sold 30 cars a month.
Yeah, I sold my 30 right? I did back in the day. Man, I did. Every manager's got that script.
Dude, 15, 17 right here. 15, 17 right here. So I was that guy that rose my hand and said, hey, I want a shot. Please, 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 please. And I chased it for a whole year. And one person, Jason Troxel, who's in the F&I 20 group, said, you know what, little guy, little dude with the bushy eyebrows, I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to give you a shot. See what you can do. And, man, he gave me the shot. I walked through those doors, and I haven't looked back, man. Never will.
Amen. Amen. That's amazing. And a lot of times, look, managers, this is going to be pumped right at you. Right? Look, and Shaka and I are going to put it right into the camera at you. There's a lot of guys on your floor that need that shot. This industry, there's a lot of guys that need to get that shot for this industry to grow, for this industry to thrive, and for this industry to survive. There's a lot of guys that need that shot. Just because you got your 30-car guy, or your 25-car guy or your 40-car guy, don't be going and trying to jam him into a box that he don't fit in. Or most importantly, that he don't want to be in. Don't jam him in there with delusions of grandeur that this is your evolution and this is what you should go into, when that guy has no business of being there in the first place because he has no desire and he doesn't want to be there. So take it from Shaka, any good salesperson can become a great F&I manager. But that first piece, what do they need?
Yeah, so the first thing that they have to have is they got to want it. That's the first thing. Not every 30 or 40 car guy wants to be in F&I. Sometimes it's a pay cut for those guys.
Look at look at our friend Ali Rita.
He'd never be in F&I.
Never be F&I. Never wants to be a GM. Nope. He wants to do because that's what he wants to do.
Because he's good at being a Guinness Book World Record holder, right? And I'm glad to know him. That's the first thing.
We're blessed to know.
But what I do in my stores, and I saw Stephen Hill is on your thread. So in Stephen Hill's group, I just promoted my second sales to F&I just yesterday from my hotel room.
Awesome. So from your hotel room.
Yep. So calling in and promoted our at his group. But the first thing a salesperson has to do is they got to want it. They got to want it, right? So what you do as a dealer, as a GM, as a GSM, a finance director, is you put it out there to your team. Don't put it on Career Builder, Indeed, LinkedIn, whatever.
Oh, please.
Send it out to your team and say, hey, we are going to hire for a finance position, and our desire is to hire from within, to promote from within, okay? He was at the beginning. But to promote from within and see who raises their hand. And then you vet from there. Okay, and then you vet their character. Then you vet their work ethic, their integrity, their vision, their goals, etc. But they got to raise their hand first, man. F&I is not a position that you want to put on somebody.
Doesn't that kind of go along? And we should know this. It happens every day in the opposite direction, and it's wrong, and we know it's wrong. But we should know this because you can't sell the unsellable. If the person has you can't just pick somebody at random walking around in the mall and suddenly convince them that they should spend $30, $40, $50, $60,000 on a brand new car. That person has got to show interest, right? Or you have to have a relationship with that person and combine it with interest for a sale to happen.
Sure.
And let's call the sale success.
Sure.
Yet we go the opposite direction, right? And we try to sell the unsellable, on opportunities that for them don't exist and are not right, because we got a spot in the box.
Yeah, man. Sometimes, managers don't know how to hire for F&I. Let's face it, F&I is the department that people know the least about.
Yes.
I mean, everyone nowadays is a sales trainer. Not everyone's phenomenal sales trainer. Like my man John Dawson.
Well,
many of them are phenomenal.
Not many are.
There's 100 different sales trainers, but not many people know about the box. F&I, not many people know about spinning deals day in and day out. Dude, I've got 15,000 deals under my belt since 2001. I know what I know for sure.
Yes.
So there's no doubt right? But not many managers know how to hire for F&I. Not many managers know what to look for. Not many managers know to focus on the skills. Not many managers know to focus on character and their work ethic, their integrity, what their vision and their goal. Not many managers know that, man. That's why they look for resumes. How long were you at your last dealership? What PVR did you run?
What was your PVR?
What was your PVR? What was your warranty period? Blah, blah, blah,
your
blah,
penetration,
blah. It's not how you hire for finance. Not at all.
Once an F&I manager hits that level of being great, and great meaning they hit that cash PVR, they hit that PVR number, they got consistency under their belt. Is that it? Do you just leave that guy in the corner box and just leave him alone? What should a dealer be doing with that guy?
It all depends on what that guy's desires are. That guy might be
goes back to desire.
Right. That guy might be a Frank Creniti or an Ollie Retta of F&I, right? They may be doing a phenomenal job providing a great living for their family, and that might be all they want. And you know what? If that's true, then let them do that. But if that guy's raising his hands and saying, hey, there's a GSM position available, I want. There's a director position available, I want. There's a position on the desk, I want. I believe that when positions in different departments become available, like on the desk, director on the desk, GSM, I think F&I managers should have the first right of refusal.
Awesome. So it should go to F&I first.
Yes.
Just for the fact of, does that person want to progress?
Yes.
Does that person want to keep moving? They shouldn't be stuck in the box. Should not literally be a box.
No. If the person wants to grow, if that's their desire, I believe that all desk managers should come from the box, from F&I, without question.
I agree with you 100%.
I think it should go sales to F&I, F&I to the desk to the GSM and GM. That's what I believe should happen. Why? Because F&I managers are the best salespeople, not the most important.
Right.
Salespeople are by far the most important, but they're the best salespeople and the most phenomenal closers. So you need that person with that kind of training and skill set up on your desk to drive market share.
Do you need to have an assassin mentality to be successful in F&I?
An assassin mentality? No, a value building, ethical mentality, revenue driven mentality, yes.
but not assassin where it's buy or die type of like, okay, you're in the box with me right now. You are going to buy something. That's not a question. My job is to knock you down and to get you and to get something onto that sheet.
The right finance person has to have a mentality to their focus should be to out experience the last dealership. Right. I often tell people this. I often ask people, and I'm going to ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
When does
you're flipping the script now on the
let me see what you
thing.
say. So when does F&I happen? When does F&I start for F&I managers? When the deal closed, okay, and it's getting ready to go into F&I. When does that deal start for the F&I manager?
In my opinion, it started before.
Okay, so when?
It started before. The F&I process started as soon as the customer came in.
I love it.
And the salesperson said, "Hi, what can I help you with?" And then that interaction started to go back and forth.
That's when F&I started.
That's where F&I starts.
For that finance manager.
For that finance,
so
that's where it starts
right
there.
So let me drop another nugget on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The F&I starts for that finance manager on that deal the moment that customer left the finance department the last time they bought a car. That's when the F&I started for that person. Why? Because we have to overcome every bad thing that last finance manager did. Right? The last time that they pressured without building value, the last time they gave that customer a bad experience, the last time they did anything that made that customer uncomfortable, we have to pay for it this time. So that's when F&I begins for us in finance. But guess what? Most finance managers believe that finance for them starts when the customer walks in or when it's coming back to the buy, and that's not true.
I think a lot of them believe that their job starts once not even when the customer says yes, but when the customer commits to taking delivery at a certain time, now they got to click on. I think that's what they believe. And until then, like, it ain't a deal until it's a deal. It ain't a deal until, until it gets past until it gets past Brian out at the sales desk. It ain't a deal. I don't got to worry about it. That's not my, that ain't my junk. You do your job first. But I think they lose track of the fact that it's everybody's job. Everybody's together.
And the problem with that, too, is the finance manager, in all reality, should be involved in that deal as it's working.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. Listen to me. In some of my Napleton stores, when I would come into the stores, I would have my finance managers greet the customer and turn them over to salespeople. I wanted my finance managers involved as early as possible, because why wouldn't you want the strongest closer? Why wouldn't you want the best salesperson involved from the very beginning?
Yeah, and not only that, why would you want to think about it from the customer's point of view as well? Why would you want to make it so that this, Oz, right? Like behind the thing. Why Oz all of a sudden pops out, and now you have to deal with Oz. You just got finished with dealing with your own emotions. You just got finished making a huge financial commitment in yourself. Now you got to deal with Oz?
Right.
What's the sense of that?
Right. And see, that's the old, outdated mentality. And check this out, man. So they go through that old humdrum. They go through that old humdrum process, right, of that Oz mentality. And then the customers make it back to finance, and then what finance managers do, dude? They whip out a menu that the customer's seen 18 times. Come on, man. And then they wonder why they struggle. Then GMs and dealer principals wonder why they have a struggling F&I department. Instead of investing in leveling the revenue department up, making their F&I departments next level. F&I managers can do it, man. They just don't have people around them that push them to do it, and they don't have people around them that pour into them and make them believe that they can do it. That's why I created the F&I 20 group.
And then it goes back to that whole thing of that the dealership is not the individual departments. The dealership is the sum of the whole, and it's the sum of everybody. It's not this. It's not this. It's this.
Correct.
It's everybody together.
Correct.
That's the way. That's the way you live.
The dealership is the body. The dealership is the body. But dude, let me tell you something. My arm and elbow over here have nothing to do with my calf and my knee. Right. They all have to be rocking, independently at a certain level for me to perform. Right.
Absolutely.
So it's the same.
But if I chop your leg off.
If you chop the leg off, now a department is handicapped. So now, if you're not investing in that F&I department, making that F&I department super strong, then what do you have? You have a desk that has the pencil they have to put product in the payment or
Yeah,
leave
pencil
leg
with leg,
so
yeah.
that the finance department can make money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what you want is you want a super strong finance department that's going to generate revenue on their own, regardless as to what deal you bring.
That's right. And you do that by everybody lifting everybody up, enabling everyone.
And getting laser focused on your skill set.
That's right. Without
Training,
a doubt.
sharpening your axe.
Mm-hmm. Where is, I have watched you grow.
Mm-hmm.
I have watched you grow tremendously over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me right now, where am I going to find Shaka Dyson 7 months from now? And where am I going to find Shaka Dyson 7 years from now?
Awesome, man. So 7 months from now, man, I'm going to be eating up even more market share as far as the F&I side, man. Solidifying my place as the #1 F&I trainer in the automotive industry, hands down, bar none. So that's what I'm going to be doing 7 months from now, taking on more clients, teach, training, and developing more F&I managers, promoting more salespeople into F&I, and making F&I what it should be. And that's not the bottom rung of the total pole of F&I of managers, but at the top, because they generate revenue. In 7 years, my goal is to push my motivational speaking platform, is to push myself out there more and brand myself more on the motivational side of speaking, because I also do that. My good friend John Dawson, he said, "Hey, Shaka, you brand yourself as motivational speaker, record-breaking F&I trainer, your friend in the automotive business." He said, "But dude, people only know you through F&I." So he said, "Man, you got to start branding yourself more on the motivational speaking side." So that's what I hope to do, because that's where my heart is, man.
Right. Do you feel that you have to, I don't want to say dominate, but do you feel that you have to master that whole F&I side now on the training and education part before you can go over to the motivational part? Like you need to master one before the other?
So when you're in a position of teaching, training, developing, and growing, in a position of influence, it all goes hand in hand, man. People love to watch me and to listen to my training because I'm dynamic, because I speak like a motivational speaker already, and I train that way too.
Right.
So the motivational, I don't have to. I'm already #1 as a #1 F&I trainer. There's no one out there that will dispute that.
Right.
So I already have that. All I'm doing now is building my business and making more dealers aware of the greatness that they have inside of their F&I department. That's what I'm making them. That's why I'm at NADA, to make these dealers aware of how much greatness and opportunity they already have. If they have an F&I department to do, they have greatness potential already.
You're already there. The hard part is done.
It's already there. Constructed. All they have to do now is get their F&I department skilled up,
right,
to generating revenue and becoming a machine on their own. So I think I can do both.
Think you can do both. So Shaka is motivational. Shaka is inspirational. I'm talking about you in the third person.
Okay.
Who motivates Shaka though?
So people like Eric Thomas. So I follow a couple of people. Eric Thomas, motivational speaker. Eric Thomas. People like Grant Cardone, business partner of mine.
Yeah.
He inspires me, motivates me. People like John Dawson. You had John Dawson. I keep bringing him up, man. And the reason I keep bringing him up is, #1, he's a good friend. But #2, on the business, on my business side, I've been in the dealership since 1999, grinding since 1999. So the owning my own company and training company is the new thing to me.
Right.
It's everyone else has been doing. I'm the new kid on the block with that. And so, he's been so much help in helping me put things together, putting a roadmap together for my business. So people like himself, Corey Mosley, just people like
Corey was here yesterday,
and seeing you grind. So, but the people that I follow the hardest are would be Grant Cardone and Eric Thomas. Those are the two influencers that I have.
So without a doubt, look, those are two great influencers without a doubt. But here's the real thing, and I'm going to tell you, I only bring you the best. And this man right here, Shaka Dyson, if you're not following Shaka Dyson, you're missing out. You're not doing right by yourself. You need to follow this man, Shaka. You need to tell everybody right now where they can find you, the easiest way that they can find and connect with you. Tell them how.
Awesome, man. So I'm all over social media, man. So Facebook, Shaka Dyson, Or if you are, well, all your whole audience is the automotive. So
A lot, yeah.
F&I 20 group, the largest F&I focused group in the automotive industry. It's a Facebook group, 18,000 members across the automotive industry right now are already there. We're just waiting on you to get there. Ask to join and we'll get you approved. It is F&I, it's an F&I focused group. It's a free resource for everybody across the industry helping each other. That's what it does. So you can find me there. You can find me on Instagram at Shaka Dyson, Twitter at Shaka Dyson, Google at Shaka Dyson. So you can find me everywhere, Shaka Dyson.
Very simple. Look, Shaka brought it to you. We're going to ask for you to, number one, follow this man, okay? We're asking you to do it, but we're asking you to do it. I'm asking you to do it because I want the best for you. I don't need to build him up. He's going to build up on his own, okay? That's plain and simple. I want it for you. I want you to be able to grow, and I know that aligning you with people like Shaka will help you grow, okay? So listen to me. Do it for me. Go in there and follow Shaka as soon as we're finished. Number two, I want you to hit share because more people need to know. Remember I said before, your mama never taught you to be selfish. Your mother taught you to be selfish?
Nope.
Nope, mine didn't either. Okay, and I know yours didn't either. So hit that share button and share this out with everybody else. Make sure that everybody knows about it, okay? Shaka, I cannot thank you enough, and we are so blessed that schedules came together and we were able to do this.
Yes.
Everyone has been blessed by your message. I'm blessed to know you. Thank you, my friend.
Likewise, man. Appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You are the
friend.
best. That's now you can go because that's it. That's it for today. Okay, today we're done. They're going to shut the lights off any second. I'm actually surprised security hasn't come by.
Hey man, security loves the message too.
That's right. That they want to come and take some in as well. You know, but hey, that's only 2 days. But there's three. There's 3 days. So meet me right back here tomorrow morning. Okay, we got day 3 of Dealer Bill Presents live with Lopes from NADA. We're going to see you all tomorrow, okay? Sleep good, but be prepared because the heat's coming back on tomorrow.
Love it.
We'll see you.